Hey folks, it's Boogie here. We're going to take a look at a Stratocaster today. Well, not just any Stratocaster. This is, well, it's not even a Stratocaster at all. This is an AliExpress Yngwie Malmsteen counterfeit, knockoff, or just all-around piece of junk. We're going to take a look at it real quick, see what the problems are, and see if I suggest buying one. Okay, first off, I don't condone buying counterfeit guitars. I don't want the market flooded with these things. They get caught at customs all the time. People buy these things because they can't afford the real version of it, which are Yngwie Malmsteen Strat. I don't even know what they cost, probably around 1,500 bucks. And that's if they still make them. I'm not even sure. This here was about 150 bucks. About 100 bucks of that was shipping. $50 for the guitar. Actually, when I did get the guitar, the neck was broken off. So I filed a complaint or a dispute or whatever you want to call it. They told me they'd ship a new neck to put on the guitar if I closed the dispute, so which I did, and you know what happened next? I didn't get a new neck. So I opened the dispute back up, blah, blah. They resolved it by giving my money back, so I ended up with this thing. It's a good thing to hang on the wall. That's about as far as it goes, because this thing is an absolute piece of junk. If you spend any money, don't spend it at AliExpress buying guitars. This here is by far the worst, and this was one of the top rated stores on AliExpress. Now, I don't know much about AliExpress because I've only bought a couple of things off of there, and this was one of them. We'll take a quick look at what's actually wrong with this guitar and see if I suggest buying one. Okay, first off, I'm looking at this headstock right here, and it's not even the same size as a real Stratocaster headstock. It's a little bit narrower right here. The writing looks pretty good. I mean, it's probably a dry decal and cleared over. What's missing here? Well, there's no bullet in the bullet headstock that's supposed to be there. It's a crudely drilled hole by a really dull bit. I don't know what these are. They look like bent up pieces of metal, and it's supposed to be string trees. Well, this isn't how it goes either. I'm not sure what year this guitar is supposed to be based on, but I think it's about a 1974. There's a gap in the neck pocket here, approximately 1/32 of an inch. Now Fender, even when they were building their really junky stuff, have never had this much slop in there. In fact, even Squiers don't even have that much slop in there. The neck plate looks kind of legitimate. At least they spelled Fender in California correctly. Look at those screws. 2 match, 2 don't. And I suppose just keeping with the tradition around here, they put on a year 2000 something serial number. Now I've seen other guitars on the internet that are these knockoffs. They all have the same serial number. These tuners, they do say Fender on them, but as sloppy as they are, there's no way that they would be Fender tuners. Just more knockoff stuff. Here's one of my favorite things. No brass nut. In fact, look at this thing, period. This damn thing is crooked. Or the neck is crooked, or something's crooked here. And check this out. If you look real close, you can see the scalloping, but the neck itself is capped. Why would you take a maple neck and cap it? Now, if you had a neck that was capped, why would you need a skunk stripe? And the best thing about this skunk stripe is, if I look down here, it's painted on, and they didn't even mask it off good enough. These are not noiseless pickups. In fact, they're not even actual size of a Strat pickup. They're a little bit smaller, so if you wanted to put new pickups in here, you'd have to get a new pick guard anyway, or else hollow this one out, because these are the wrong size. Very cheap. Tone knobs, volume knobs. The switch, it's a 3-way, but it's very sloppy. It makes a bunch of noise. The bridge, just a standard, who knows what that is. So the big question, what's it sound like? So I've tuned this thing about a half a dozen times trying to see if I could get it in somewhere where I could play something just so you could at least hear what it sounds like, and it hasn't been very good because it keeps going out of tune no matter what I do. So the action's kind of low. It's got a scallop fretboard if you want to play Malmsteen kind of things on here. You probably can, but I'm no Malmsteen. I'm more like a Holstein. So I could kind of show you what it looks, or excuse me, sounds like, which isn't very good, but I've heard worse. Sounds great. I suppose if you had a band that only played for 4 seconds, this would be the best guitar for you. So in my opinion, this thing is a piece of junk. If I was you, I wouldn't spend the 150 bucks. For 150 bucks, you can find a lot of good axes on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. I don't know so much about eBay and Reverb, but so in my view, save your money. Don't buy one of these things. Have a good one.